Hey folks, welcome to Burl Sports. We'll get rolling here in just a minute. Make sure the stream's coming through all right, and then we will get started. Hope you're having a great weekend. Fall break is upon us in my house, so my kids are off of school for a week, which is fantastic. All right, stream's looking good on YouTube. Do feel free to interact in the chat. What's up, Cubs fan? All right, we'll make sure that Facebook's good, and then we'll get rolling. Got a few fun breaks tonight. Got our Albert Pujols mixer break, 100 spots, 100 cards, ton of rookies in there, so good fun to go around there. What's up, Brent? We've got our 1961 Topps complete set group break. We've got a 2001 SPX hobby box. We broke one of those last weekend. We'll do another one tonight. So every spot gets a pack in those. All right, looking good on the streams. So we will get rolling. Um, I will give a quick rundown of how I do my breaks. We do use random.org's list randomizer. So random.org, listen more, list randomizer. What's up, Michael? What's up, Steve? Good to see you all in the chat. Um, I it's football season. I usually start off the broadcast talking about my Auburn Tigers, which it's just not fun right now. Let's be honest. It is just not fun. So, if any of you have a struggling football team and commiserate with me, I would appreciate it. But yeah. So, college football not fun. Did play in a pickleball tournament this weekend. Did okay. I like to tell people, hey, I got bronze in my in my bracket. There were 5 teams in the bracket, so that's fairly middling. Oh yeah, Sooners can empathize. That's right. Oh, I didn't fire him, Andy. I'm going to be honest. I had no authority or say in the matter. Um, I did not fire Gus. Um, but yeah, but yeah. So three out of fifth, third out of fifth in the pickleball tournament yesterday, and then a different. Yeah, men's doubles yesterday, and then mixed doubles today. I think we were fourth out of 7. So just smack dab in the middle in both. What are you gonna do? But it was fun, good times. I got sunburned, and yeah. So now we get to fool around with some cards, and it should be a good evening. Um, but yeah. So the way we do our breaks, the mixer break is every spot gets a card. Well, Rutgers. I mean, I don't know if the pain's the same. I definitely know you feel pain, but uh, but yeah. What's up, Ryan? Hey, absolutely, man. You're pulling the heat um, with the Jim Brown last weekend. Yeah, every spot gets a card in this break, so we'll randomize our list of names in a second. But after that list of names is randomized, it gets pasted right next to this checklist. The checklist is set, so the checklist will not be randomized. Whoever comes out of the randomizer in spot number 1 gets the Topps traded Pujols Ichiro PSA 8. This is the same checklist that's posted on the break listing. So you can see I kind of bolded the cards I'll show throughout. And then I'll just show you some highlights of what some of these other jersey cards look like. They were in kind of that big pan picture that I posted in the listing, but I'll show you a few of them. There's some pretty sweet cards in here. I don't know if I mentioned this in the listing, but it's all Cardinals, like you know, prime Pujols jersey cards. So that's cool. I, so when Pujols got traded to, or didn't get traded, when Pujols went to the Angels, as a free agent, there was a guy, it was a pretty big Pujols fan here, not too far from me in West Tennessee, who just was like, "I'm done," and sold me this massive collection of Pujols cards. And, you know, it's like at the time, it's like I overpaid for them, and then now the value's back. So what are you gonna, it's fun. I've got a ton more Pujols cards. I need to, if any Pujols collectors are looking for something specific, I've got a ton of cool like not rookie year stuff, but you know, numbered parallels from his time with the Cardinals. But anyways, that's where a lot of these cards came from. Um, none of them were graded. Got lots of them graded myself. I fairly confident every Pujols card in here I got graded myself. Maybe a couple I didn't, so I won't say that. But that's how we do things. So we'll determine how many times we randomize this list by you entering numbers in the chat. So Pujols hit 703 home runs. So give me a number between or including 7 and 3. Between or including 3 and 7. I'll say it in the numerical order. Between or including 3 and 7. Third number in the chat is how many times we'll randomize this list. Fourth number in the chat is how many times we'll randomize the 61. And then the fifth number in the chat is how many times we'll randomize the SPX box. Oh yeah, it's hard to not like Ozzy, right? Um, all right, Anthony, thanks. Got one number in the chat. Let's get us 4 more. While we're waiting on those to roll in, congrats to Chris Sanborn Photography for winning the free spot in the Pujols mixer. Congrats to let's see, Sam Bartolone for winning the free spot in the 61. There we go. There's some numbers. All right, so third number is for Pujols. That's 4. Oh, I should write these down before the chat scrolls off. All right, so third number is Pujols. So that's 4. Then we've got 7 and 7. Oh, well, that's not too hard to remember. 7 and 7. Thanks. Thanks everybody for putting those numbers in the chat. Really incredible the longevity of Pujols' career, even with the down years with the Angels. Hard to argue one of the more fantastic careers, specifically one of the best decades ever. Um, but we'll get rolling. I do have several breaks tonight, so I have a tendency to ramble. So I'll get a move on. That way we're not here until the wee hours of the morning. All right, so 4 times coming up. Here's 1, 2, 3, 4. We got Tony Kuda on top, Alan Stewart on bottom. Let's copy that list, paste it right here. That, and that. All right. Pujols, each row. PSA 8 goes to Tony Kuda. Really incredible when you've got 2 players of this caliber on a single rookie card. I'll get my focus here in a second. So nice card there for you, Tony. Then Topps Traded Chrome is up next. That's the T247. Goes to Kelly Engel. Here's a Bowman, PSA 8. Going to Brian Yacker. So Bowman, fairly iconic Pujols card. Always love the Bowman. Black borders make grading really tough. Here's another Bowman Pujols. This one's a Beckett 9 with a chip in the case. I, I said earlier I had all these graded. I don't think I had any of the Beckett's graded myself, so I'd forgotten those. Those were in here. So this one's going to Kelly Ingle. So Beckett 9. Those subgrades are, well, I'm going to lay these other cards down because we're really focusing on those tonight. All right, there we go. So you see subgrades 9.9, 8.5, and 9.5. I do like the old Allen and Ginter. I mean, I guess all the Allen and Ginter designs are oldish, but 2009, so fairly early on. I guess that's third year Allen and Ginter, if I remember right. Bat card here, Pujols going to John Dobe. Donruss, the rookies, Pujols. Goes to James Hop. And I will post up this full list as soon as we're done. Daniel Winterick gets the Fleer Tradition Pujols. PSA 9. Swing Kings 2007. Bat card going to Nathan Shelton. And the Bowman Gold goes to Brian Sherrick. That is it's a Beckett 9. You can see there the gold signature. That's the variation on the Bowman. Why doesn't the card number match the list number? Not sure I'm following. Card number does match the list number. I'm not sure what you mean, Thomas. So well, I mean, I guess this list and the card numbers associated with it, so this column here, is posted in the break listing. So they're all Pujols cards. They're not sequentially numbered. So the numbers on the cards won't match up because it's not a set. This is mix or break. Is that if that's what you meant? If it's not, then I misunderstood, and I apologize. Yeah, Steve, that is fantastic. 117 stolen bases. Part of that's functional longevity, but he had some decent stolen base numbers earlier on in his career. This is a rookie SP game bat. And SP game bat is the set, so SP game bat milestone edition, international collection, piece of the action. Going to John Dobe. Let's see. So this one's a Fleer Premium. Going to Brian Yacker. Fleer Premiums, PSA 8. Another black border. Really tough grade. Foil surface. Serial numbered out of 1099. 999, because 2,000 is just too many. Um, Fairly tough grade on this card, in my opinion, speaking as the person who submitted it. But really nice example to add to your collection, Brian. Nice Pujols card. One of my favorites, actually. Clear Platinum, going to Anthony Ulm. Oh, that's just the row number. The row number is not, so row one doesn't have any cards on it. It just, says break number, card, condition. It's just a header row. So that's why those aren't lined up with the row number, if that makes sense. Yeah, that's a fair call out, Thomas, because the set breaks I don't have that column. I don't have that row, so they're always lined up. Anthony Ulm here on the Platinum. PSA 8. Green borders also fairly tough on those backs, prone to show wear. Pujols. This is an absolute memorabilia base. So game used base, serial numbered out of 400. Going to Brian Weiss. Let's see. Then we've got Ultimate Materials from 2007. Pujols. Going to Alan Roth. Another Allen and Ginter. This one's 2007. Going to Jimmy Lekansky. Bat here on the Allen and Ginter. All right, I think we've got the Bowman PSA 10 next. Yep. Going to Kelly Engel. Kelly, huge break, man. PSA 10 on the Bowman. Absolutely fantastic hit. Winner, winner on the Bowman PSA 10. All right, then I think we've got some upper decks to look at. First is the PSA 8. Going to Andrew Nance. Then PSA 9 going to Nicholas Plante. Let's see. You can see the foil there on the St. Louis logo. It says Star Rookie. A lot of times that will get a little chipped, especially if a card wasn't like put in a penny sleeve right away. Those would rub up against each other fairly easily and chip off. Right, and another upper deck. This one's the PSA 10 going to James Hop. Gorgeous card. Great addition for you, James. Upper Deck Reserve. Going to Gerard. PSA 8 here on Upper Deck Reserve. These are numbered out of 2,500. So Nice serial numbered hit there for you, 1627. One of my favorite Pujols cards is coming up. Going to Zach Thiel. This is the Pros and Prospects dual bat. So, you've got a current star combined with a prospect, and just happened to pair up Chipper with Albert. So, a couple of you've got a first ballot Hall of Famer and a future first ballot Hall of Famer. Cool card. PSA 9. Really tough. These are thicker cards, so you can see the PSA case is thicker on this one. Um, really tough to get those mint grades on the thicker cards. Cool Pack Wars Albert Pujols back card. Here's a gold Pujols, Topps gold, and altered. You can see, maybe you can see that just a slight trim along that top edge. But all the golds, of course, are serial numbered to the year, 2001 there. Zenith goes to Troy Golombiski. So it's a game used uh, bat, yes, bat. I picked it because I like the look of it, but I can't get the webcam to focus on it because of the shininess. Okay, there we go. I don't know. I thought it was a cool looking card. Let's see. Here's a raw upper deck rookie going to Eric Swain. A few more to look at. Then we will hop into that 1961 top set break before we do that SPX box break. Here is the Pujols jersey retro rookie star going to Brian Yacker. It's from 2002. Here's another game used base rookie card from Absolute Memorabilia. Those are serial numbered out of 700. That one's going to Yaren. One other Allen and Ginter design here, going to Andrew Nance. This one's 2008. I just like those. All right, three more to look at. So we've got the Topps Traded PSA 9 going to Doug Mazeppa. Then we've got the Chrome Ichiro Pujols PSA 9 going to Yaren. And the last card in the break going is the 2006 Heritage going to Alan Stewart. There you go. So that does it on the Pujols break. So let me shuffle a couple of things around here, and then we'll get started on the 61 Topps break. Oh, I guess I did want to show you a few more of those. Pujols cards just to give you a nice sampling of the types of cards in here. So there's some pretty cool ones. But all Cardinal stuff. There are a couple of duplicates through here, so if you hit more than one jersey, I'll make sure you don't get a duplicate. But yeah, some cool stuff for sure. Um, right. Now, more fun. 61 tops. Baseball. So we'll do the same song and dance with the randomizer. And we determined earlier that we're randomizing this list 7 times. So again, congrats to Sam Bartolone. Sorry, Sam, if I mispronounced your last name. Bartolone, maybe. It's probably Bartolone. I don't know. I'm sorry, Sam. If you just say it once and mispronounce it and move on, people are like, whatever. But if you say it a lot, then it gets in people's heads. Oh yeah, I do need to point out a couple of things on this checklist. All right. Where are our anomalies? Remember. With a silent E. Okay, awesome. Okay, well, I know 2 anomalies are down here, and there's another one I've got to go back up and get when my memory kicks in. But 587, 588 do not exist. Cards are numbered to 589. There are only 587 cards in the break. So those 2 do not exist. Okay, now where's my other? There's another does not exist. There it is. 426 does not exist. Um, and that's because there are 2 463s. So we've got the Braves and we've got Jack Fisher. So the Braves will serve as 426. And so that's how that works. All right, so Jack Fisher is 463. The Braves serve as 426, even though they're numbered 463. Okay, now checklist anomalies are straightened out. You can see our checklist lines up 587 to card number 589. So those row numbers should line up as we go too. So every spot gets a card. The checklist does not shuffle. We won't read through every hit. I have picked out several dozen hits for us to look at. And then I'll post up the full list sorted by participant as soon as the broadcast is over. All right, 7 randoms coming up. Good luck, everybody. Here's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. All right, we've got Aaron on top, and we've got Randy on bottom. All right. Now, while I straighten this up, I will say shipping last week got super behind. We will get caught up this week. All the packages are from last weekend's breaks are sorted, packaged. The last ones will go out in the mail tomorrow, and then I'll get these sorted and shipped out over the next couple of days. Um, all right. Now we don't want to see too much at once, because where's the fun in that? Okay. Card number 2 is the first one we will look at. Roger Maris going to Douglas Meyer. Maris, of course, hit 61 home runs in 1961 on his way to winning the AL MVP and taking home the World Series with the Yankees. All right. Card number 10. Brooks Robinson goes to Billy Conway. Robin Roberts goes to Jennifer Groff. Reds, Heavy Artillery. It's not a card I show very often, but it is a cool card with Pinson, Bell, and Frank Robinson. Card 25, going to Edwin Pastrana. Really fantastic multiplayer card, for here, especially if you're a Reds fan. Nellie Fox, card number 30. Going to Joe Mardini. Ron Santo, rookie, card number 35. Goes to Mike Heffelfinger. NL home run leaders. Going to David Engdahl. Of course, featuring Banks, Aaron, Matthews, Boyer. Really, really kicking lineup there. AL home run leaders. Going to Barry Wilderson, Mantle, Maris, Lemon, Calavito. Good stuff. Good stuff. Ted Kluszewski, card number 65. Going to Kevin Casper. Killebrew, card number 80. Going to Brian Smith. Richie Ashburn is 88. Goes to David Doyle. Billy Martin is 89. He's going to Roger Bartlett. And Ed Matthews, 120. Goes to Daniel Kelly. Manager card. Here's the design on the managers. Al Lopez is 132. It goes to Ed Green. Of course, a few of your managers are Hall of Famers. Here's Murtaugh for one. Also going to Ed Green. There we go. Billy Williams, rookie. Goes to Edwin Pastrana. And Willie Mays, 150. Goes to Kenneth Barnes. $160, Whitey Ford. Goes to Mike Heffelfinger. Don Larson, 177. Goes to Aaron Duff. Bobby Richardson is 180, also going to Aaron Duff. Warren Spahn's up next. Card number 200 goes to Alan Roth. The Dodgers Southpaws, card 207 with Koufax and Podres. Going to Roger Bartlett. Bob Gibson here is 211. Goes to Craig Zimprich. Then the Buck Hill Aces, 250. Going to Greg Ritzer. Got Vern Law and Roy Face. Drysdale is 260. Going to Brian Yacker. Carl Yastrzemski. Rookie Cup. And this is not rookie card, of course, but second year. It goes to Fred Mastretta. Stan the Man, 290. Oh, look at that. There's our free spot coming up with a Hall of Famer. Congrats, Sam. Bringing home the Stan Musial. Cardinal great. Fantastic hit. Oh, wrong Mantl's up next. This Mantle is the next one we will see. One of two Hall of Fame graded cards in the break. Beckett 6 EX Mint on card number 300, Mickey Mantle. Really crisp example. Looking for a home. Craig taking home the big Mantle. Nice hit, Craig. Congrats, man. Congrats. All right. Another Mantle is up next. 307. Mantle slams 2 homers in World Series Game 2. Going to Daniel Kelly. The Pirates, of course, not so fast. Face saves the day in Game 5. Going to Michael Leinert. But then Ford pitches a second shutout on his way to a World Series MVP. Going to Alan Roth. But Mazeroski's homer wins it in Game 7. Going to Jeffrey Kearns. Of course, these are retrospective previous season. The Pirates and the Yankees in the 1960 World Series. Winner Celebrate goes to Stefan Lorenz. Now, don't drop off. I see people dropping off the broadcast. Just because you didn't hit Mantle doesn't mean you're not going to hit something cool. Unless you bought like one spot and you've seen your name. Okay, we've still got Hall of Famers like Sandy Koufax and Roberto Clemente to find out here. Not to mention, there's still MVP and All-Star cards of all these Hall of Famers. Well, not all of them, but you know what I mean. Of a bunch of them. Sandy Koufax goes to Zachary Schechter. Ernie Banks, 350. Go to Edwin Pastrana. Frank Robinson is your NL MVP from 1961. Goes to Kyle Bean. Minnie Minoso. He's 380. Goes to Brian Yacker. All right. Roberto Clemente, 388. PSA 4. Goes to Douglas Meyer. Does anybody know the history of Minoso's nickname Minnie? Because you know his Cuban rookie card has Orestes. I don't know if my emphasis is on the right syllable or not, but it's not Minnie on his Cuban issue cards. Babe Ruth, Baseball Thrills goes to Jeffrey Kearns. Ruth hitting his 60th. Of course, then Maris breaks Ruth, and Judge recently broke Maris as the world turns. Another Thrills going to Jeffrey Hornsby with a 424 batting average for the National League. Hornsby, really an underrated player in baseball memory, it seems. Gehrig benched after 2,130 games. Going to Brent Combs. I like this little subset. It's fun. Mantle blasting a 565-foot homer going to Randy Jones. Then Mathewson striking out 267 batters. Goes to Charles Bailey. Walter Johnson also going to Charles Bailey, hurling his third shutout in 4 days. We don't have many pitchers who hurl 3 shutouts in a season at this point. But alas, I will not mourn too long for pitching of yesteryear. It's not true. I mourn it regularly. Okay, Hank Aaron goes to David Doyle. Juan Marshall goes to Craig Zimprich. Yogi Berra goes to Barry Wildison. If you are just tuning in, We started out with the Pujols mixer break. We'll get the results posted up for that, along with this break, as soon as the broadcast is over tonight. After this break, though, we do have an SPX box break. Um, so I do need to get a move on here. Alkaline goes to Mike Heffelfinger because I pulled a bunch of stars for us to look at. As you can see, 61's really good for that. Mazeroski, of course, fresh off that World Series. Mazeroski going to Barry Wildison. Cepeda goes to Edwin Pastrana. Aparicio goes to Kevin Casper. Duke Snyder goes to Steve Bauman. All right, we'll jump all the way up to some MVP cards. Some of them are active, some of them are more retrospective. Okay, Yogi Berra goes to Charles Bailey. Of course, 3 MVP catcher here for the Yankees in the American League. Mantle goes to Zachary Schechter, MVP in 56, 57. Nelly Fox goes to Chris Battaglia, 59 MVP. Roger Maris goes to Jeff Williams, of course, 60 MVP, not yet, but soon to be MVP for 1961. Another 3-time MVP, Roy Campanella, goes to Jimmy Jordan. 3-time catcher MVP for the National League. Willie Mays goes to Kyle Bean, MVP in 54. Hank Aaron goes to Jennifer Groff, 57 MVP. Ernie Banks goes to Chris Battaglia. All right, now we're going to hop all the way up to the high numbers. We'll go to 454. Hoyt Wilhelm goes to Yaron. High numbers are, some of them are fairly tough, some of them are pretty tough. Um, oh, I had McCovey here. McCovey was out of order. He's back at 517. Goes to David Ingdahl. All right, now we'll do some all-star cards. We got Nelly Fox at 570. Going to Greg Ritzer. Brooks Robinson goes to Al Godwin. Ernie Banks goes to Angelo. Roger Maris goes to Matthew Connor. Hank Aaron goes to Jordan Adams. Mickey Mantle goes to Roger Bartlett. We've got Willie Mays going to Angelo. So second high number star for you, Angelo. Congrats on those. Al Kaline goes to David Dorish. Frank Robinson goes to Douglas Meyer. Whitey Ford goes to Chris Battaglia. Wrapping it up with Spawn, going to Randy Jones. Of course, 587, 588 do not exist, so the 587th card in the break is card number 589. So there you have it on the 61s. Okay, now I do have to move a few things around to prevent stacks of cards from being in the way. then we'll get into this SPX box break. So looking forward to it. Thanks to everybody who bought in on these. We do have I believe it's 54 tops coming up next, or this coming Friday, so we'll break it next Sunday evening if all goes according to plan. And so we will have a tighter limit on those because, 250 spots, not as many to go around, so try to get as many of you involved as we can. And of course, when I say we, I do mean me. All right. Let's see. All right. Send one message really quick. Okay. Well, let me back out first. Okay, yeah. So, got our 2001 SPX baseball hobby box break. So 18 packs in a box. Sold 18 spots. Every spot gets a pack. Pack number 1's top left. Pack number 18's bottom right. If there's that bonus pack in here of the, the Yankees pack, well, I, I think it's in here. I think they're in all of them. That's just an extra random, so that doesn't count toward our 1 to 18. We'll random it off at the end and then open it as well. All right, let's see what we hit. We did decide earlier in the broadcast we were randomizing this list 7 times, so whoever's name comes out of the randomizer in spot number 1 will get top left pack. Spot number 18 gets bottom right. All right, so let's get a new random window open here. All right, here's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Okay, we got Kyle on top. We've got Michael on bottom. Okay. All right, well, I'm going to shift the view really quick, and then we will get rolling. That way you can have a top camera angle too. And then I got to update this list. All right, there we go. And I know you can't see the chat, but I can see the chat, so you won't be able to see cross-platform, so I do apologize for that, but you should be able to still see on the other people's chats on the platform you're on. All right, let's see. I don't want to do that. Yeah, back this up. That way it's still here. Okay. Pardon me while I talk to myself. All right. Here we go. Good luck, everybody. Kyle's up first. there's the pinstripe pack. Pack 1. Right. Ripken. Charles Johnson. Chipper. Alex Rodriguez. Pack 2. This one is for Greg Ritzer. Bell. Preston Wilson. Moises Alou. And Edgar Martinez. Pack 3. John Dobe. Barry Larkin. Luis Gonzalez. Maglio Ordonez. And Carlos Delgado. Pack 4. Liam Hernandez, or Levon Hernandez. Hidalgo. John Olrud. Untouchable Talents. Griffey. Cool little insert. Pack 5. Mark Newman. Jeff Kent. Bagwell. Ken Griffey Jr. Winning Materials. Jersey and bat. Cool card. And then Raul Mondesi. So nice hit there for you in pack 5. Mark. Cool. All right, pack 6. Kelly Engel. Roberto Alomar. Barry Bonds. David Justice. Jim Tomei. 7. Got John Dobe. Pack tore a little funny. All right. Abreu, Kerry Wood, Tony Clark, Vlad. 8, Mark Newman. Mo Vaughn, Jose Vidro, Horacio Ramirez, SPX prospect jersey, and Juan Gonzalez. All right, here's 9, Brian Smith. Roger Clemens, Juan Gonzalez, Jay Patton, Jeremy Burnett. All right, halfway through. Got the cool Griffey. See what else we've got in the second half. Pack 10, Kelly Ingle. Benson, Randy Johnson, Milton, and it's Bagwell Foundations. 11, Kelly Ingle. Giambi, Hampton, Guerrero, Bernie Williams, 12, Bradley O'Connor. We've got Greg Vaughn, Brian Giles, Rondale White, Higginson. 13, John Dobe. Johnny Damon, Scott Rowland, Edgar Renteria, Jason Giambi, SP Excitement. 14, Kelly Ingle. Quinn, Erstad, Helton, Sheffield. 15, Michael Adeleto. 'David Wells, Tony Batista, Sean Casey, Ray Durham. Let's see, 3 left. See if we can get lucky toward the end of the box here. 16, Kelly Ingle again. Kevin Brown, Raul Mondesi. We've got a McGuire Foundations and a Grant Balfour SPX Rookies Young Stars. Only 2 packs left. Here's 17 going to Kenneth Barnes. Nevin, Edmonds, Ramirez, Klesko. All right, we got any last pack magic here? Michael Adeletto, last pack. Ankiel, Die, Floyd, Andrew Jones. So no big hits. Decent Griffey jersey card, jersey bat. And then we'll randomize this pack. So what we'll do, we'll shift back to our other view real quick. Make sure I keep this front and center. So what we'll do, we'll randomize this list one more time. Whoever's name comes out in spot number 1 will get this pack. Right. Kyle Rumsey. All right, so you get the Yankee pack, Kyle. So let's see what you got here. Shift back over, and then we'll see. DiMaggio with the 40, 1940 with a 352 batting average. Got DiMaggio with the meet and greet with Ike at the White House. Then DiMaggio using his celebrity status to help others. So there you go. 3 cards in the little DiMaggio subset. Right, that will do it for our breaks for tonight. Appreciate each and every one of you tuning in. Thank you for buying in. And we've got a 1954 Topps baseball set break coming up. Look, if you don't follow me on Twitter, do so. I'm going to have some cool sales coming up this week that I'll start on Twitter. So stuff that doesn't sell there, I'll move to other platforms. But first dibs to Twitter because the Twitter following keeps growing. And so appreciate all of you in that space. So look for some cool vintage cards or vintage baseball one day, and then I'm going to have some vintage and modern basketball and football rookies, Hall of Fame rookies. Some stuff that's, kind of commonplace, some stuff that you don't see every day. So keep your eyes peeled if you collect in those spaces. But that is all I've got for tonight. Appreciate each and every one of you. Hope you have a great rest of your Sunday evening and start into the week. This is Burl signing off.